If you have been looking at KOORUI 32-inch and still are not fully sure whether it is the right buy for your needs, that is exactly what this review is here to clear up before you spend your money. A lot of products can sound great on the listing and still end up feeling underwhelming once they are actually in your hands, so the real question is whether this one gives you solid everyday value, fits the way you plan to use it, and feels worth the price. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. For me, the last monitor I bought was a bit of a disappointment. It looked great in the store, but when I got home and started playing some of my favorite games, I realized that the 1080p resolution was starting to feel a bit old, and the response time was just too slow to really take full advantage of my graphics card. It was frustrating, because I knew that a good gaming monitor could make all the difference in my enjoyment of the games I loved. And that's exactly why I'm so excited to try out this KOORUI 32-inch 4K OLED gaming monitor. I mean, just look at that beautiful screen, 32 inches of pure, unadulterated 4K goodness that's just begging to be gamed on. Link is in the description below if you want to check the product details on Amazon. So, what's behind this monitor's impressive specs? Well, let's dive in and take a closer look. First off, let's talk about the resolution. We're talking 4K, baby, with a resolution of 3840 by 2160. That's right, a whopping 8.3 million pixels packed into a 32-inch screen that's just waiting to be devoured by your eyeballs. And with a 240Hz refresh rate and 0.03 milliseconds response time, this thing is a real powerhouse when it comes to motion handling. We're talking crystal clear, tear-free gaming with no ghosting or blur in sight. That's a serious advantage for anyone who's into fast-paced games or works with graphics. But the specs only tell half the story. Let's talk about what it's like to use this monitor in real life. For me, the most impressive thing about the KOORUI 32-inch 4K OLED gaming monitor was the sheer level of detail it provides. I mean, 4K is one thing, but when a monitor can actually deliver on that promise and show you crisp, clear images that are simply bursting with color and contrast, it's a whole different story. And let me tell you, this monitor delivers. I found myself lost in games like Assassin's Creed and Call of Duty, where the level of detail was just stunning. I mean, we're talking trees that are so realistic you can practically smell the leaves, streets that are so well textured you can feel the grit beneath your tires, and buildings that are so intricately detailed you can practically see every brick. Of course, it's not just the visuals that impress. As I mentioned earlier, the monitor's 240Hz refresh rate and 0.03 milliseconds response time make it a real winner when it comes to motion handling. I mean, this thing is lightning fast, no question about it. I was able to play some of my favorite fast-paced games without a hitch, and even some of the more demanding games were able to run smoothly without a slowdown. And let me tell you, it's a game changer. I mean, when you're playing a game at 4K resolution with a 240Hz refresh rate, the immersion level just goes through the roof. You're not just watching a monitor, you're living it. In conclusion, if you're in the market for a new gaming or graphics monitor, I'd highly recommend checking out this KOORUI 32-inch 4K OLED. Trust me, it's been a game changer for performance and picture quality, and it's got the versatility and adjustability to make it a top-notch choice. And if you want to see for yourself, be sure to check it out on Amazon. Link is in the description below.